Whether you're working toward a career in the conservation industry and need to build your resume, or you're looking for adventure and want to get out of your comfort zone, Conservation Legacy has the right experience for you. Conservation Legacy is a nationwide organization of 8 conservation service corps. Together, we focus on making a difference within our communities and the ecosystem we all share. We offer a wide variety of exciting and rewarding opportunities for you to get involved in conservation and service projects across the country. We operate from 2 main regions, East and West. Our Western programs include Arizona Conservation Corps, Conservation Corps New Mexico, Ancestral Lands, and Southwest Conservation Corps. Our Eastern programs include Appalachian Conservation Corps, Southeast Conservation Corps, and Conservation Corps North Carolina. Our Stewards Individual Placement Program operates from both our Eastern and Western regions, and while the bulk of our opportunities are based in these highlighted states, many crews travel during their seasons, and we have internships available in just about every other state and territory in the country, including Guam and Puerto Rico. Choose to join one of our conservation crews, where you'll serve alongside a team of your peers. You'll learn from professionals in the industry and work together on conservation service projects ranging from trail building and maintenance to habitat and watershed restoration, invasive species removal, or historic preservation, just to name a few.
I owe a lot to this program for steering my direction in life. It's really just allowed me access to a career path and just an absolute love of the outdoors.
We also offer specialized affinity crews where groups that are underrepresented in the outdoor industry can find community in their shared identity. Women's crews, Indigenous crews, and American Sign Language inclusion crews are just a few of the affinity crews we offer.
You know, being on an all-female crew kind of makes me feel more comfortable to be myself. It's very empowering. You know, I like to work with people I'm alike, and it's just easier for me to feel comfortable and get into the groove, especially if it's females that I'm working with.
Recent era veterans can find opportunities on one of our Veterans Fire Corps crews. Vets can transition back to civilian life while earning industry-recognized certifications and training for a career in wildland firefighting.
I'm doing it for my state, I'm doing it for my country, and I'm serving all over again. There's a lot of veterans out there that are looking for something to put themselves into, to mean something again, and this is really helpful for that.
Or choose one of our individual placement internships, where you'll work alongside professionals from federal agencies like the National Park Service and Bureau of Land Management, or community-based nonprofits. As an individual placement intern, you'll complete a wide range of conservation-related projects in fields like energy efficiency, land management, education and interpretation, science, volunteer engagement, or communications. You could become a community volunteer ambassador and serve under the mentorship of National Park Service employees while you learn about building relationships with local communities and work to strengthen volunteer numbers in the park you're assigned to. Or you could spend a season as a scientist in the park and assist the National Park Service with research, geologic mapping, GIS analysis, and resource monitoring. These are just a few of the many exciting opportunities for growth, adventure, and service within Conservation Legacy. From the Hopi Pueblo to Chattanooga, Tennessee, the deserts of Arizona to the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Join us, give back, and become part of something bigger. Positions are open now. Visit our website to learn more and apply today.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Conservation Legacy Western Region Showcase. My name is Rhea Johnson. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a training and data specialist here with Conservation Legacy. We're excited to have you all here to learn more about the Western Region programs. If you need any closed captions, you can go to the bottom of your screen and click on the More button, and you'll have the option to use closed captions, and I'll have captions going throughout this recording. So we'll start off with presenting the programs that we have here today, our Western Region programs, and we'll go in alphabetical order, starting with Ancestral Lands.
Thank you. Yeah, today, Kyle Trujillo Yinishe, Footage Nishle, he's Ani Bushichin, Ashkana Zohitashache, he's Ani Dashanala, Twinanis Dizade Nasha. Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle Trujillo, I am a senior program director with Ancestral Lands Conservation Corps. I use the pronouns he, him, his. I'm excited to represent our program tonight and to teach y'all and give you more information about who we are and what we do. We are an Indigenous-led conservation program based in the Southwest. We operate programs out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Gallup, New Mexico, Zuni Pueblo, Acoma Pueblo, and Cucotzmovi Hopi Nation. We also have individual placements across the United States as well. Our program focuses on performing project work, conservation project work, taking inspiration from Indigenous values. So some of our projects include what you would expect of a conservation corps: trail maintenance, fire fuels mitigation, fence construction. But we also send crews to work on culturally significant projects like historic preservation on adobe dwelling sites in the Southwest, traditional agriculture programs in our Acoma office. So our project types run the gamut, but we pride ourselves with connecting our participants to culturally significant work. So if you'd love to learn more about us, please join our breakout room.
Thank you, Kyle. All right, we'll pass it over to our folks in Arizona with Arizona Conservation Corps.
Hey everyone, my name is Nieves Vasquez. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her. And I am the recruitment coordinator at Arizona Conservation Corps. And as the name suggests, we are a conservation corps that focuses within the state of Arizona. And we do that in partnership with land agencies such as the U.S. Forest Service, the National Park Service, and the Bureau of Land Management, as well as local state parks. We have offices in Flagstaff, Arizona, and in Tucson, Arizona. And our crews and interns are placed across the state. We host seasonal crews that can include trail work, habitat restoration, invasive species removal, and our individual placement internships are constantly updating, and that is work done one-on-one with our land management agencies, where you can get experience in varying subjects such as archaeology, educational interpretation, archiving, and what it's like to work on federal land-based work. And there's a lot that goes into that. So make sure you visit our website at azcorps.org/join, and that way you can stay updated on all of our open and rolling positions. Yeah, I hope you come check us out.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to our folks with Conservation Corps New Mexico.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joy Hernandez, and I am the Individual Placements Program Director for Conservation Corps New Mexico, and our office is based out of Las Cruces. We are a younger corps, so established 6 years ago in an effort to more closely serve Southern New Mexico communities. We have crew and IP conservation projects with partners such as White Sands National Park, Gila and Lincoln National Forests, Carlsbad Caverns, and then BLM managed lands in New Mexico, West Texas, and Oklahoma. Being a younger corps, we are always developing newer partnerships. So we are close to Fort Bliss and Holloman Air Force Base. So we're working with Western New Mexico University to offer degree opportunities to military veterans who participate in veteran fire crews. And then we're also in development with partnerships with New Mexico State Parks and then U.S. Fish and Wildlife. So as you can tell, Conservation Corps New Mexico is steadily growing in reputation and impact. So our program welcomes you to New Mexico, also known as the Land of Enchantment. Come check us out to find out why.
Thank you, Joy. All right, we'll go into learning more about our two Southwest Conservation Corps programs and offices. So we'll start off with Southwest Conservation Corps Four Corners.
Hi all, my name is Lane Tomasini. I'm the Adult Program Coordinator out of the Four Corners office based in Durango, Colorado. SCC is one of the largest and the oldest corps operating under the Conservation Legacy umbrella. We've had crews in the field since 1998, this coming season being our 25th anniversary. We cover in this office primarily Southern Colorado and Northern New Mexico. And our regular conservation crews, just like many of my colleagues, are working with federal agencies like the Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management. And they're completing a wide variety of projects, so things like trail construction and maintenance, recreational access, and sustainable backcountry infrastructure. Here in the Four Corners office, we also pride ourselves to be able to offer some unique opportunities as well. We're excited to be able to offer our more specialized affinity spaces. This will be the third year for our queer affinity crew. We also offer our Women's Plus and our Veterans Fire crews. We also run a strike team model. So these are smaller, more mobile crews focusing on projects like cross-cut backcountry work in designated wilderness, as well as covering some of the most remote parts of our service area. We also have our Noxious Weed crew, which is working with the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation to control invasive species, and our rangeland management crews, which are working with local landowners and federal agencies, again, covering invasive species, conducting habitat restoration, things like that. We also have some more science-based crews here in the Four Corners office. So we have our watershed program, which works with other nonprofits and federal agencies to improve key riparian habitat, as well as our AIM, which are our ecological monitoring crews. They're completing ecological monitoring projects, collecting key data for federal agencies to improve and restore the habitats in our region. If you're interested to learn more about SCC Four Corners, stop into our breakout room and chat with me and our program manager, Kristen Henke. Thank you.
Thank you, Lane. All right, and we'll hear from our Los Valles office with Southwest Conservation Corps.
Hi, everyone. My name is Trevor Taylor. I use he, they pronouns, and I'm the adult program coordinator here at our Los Valles office for Southwest Conservation Corps based in Salida, Colorado. Our Los Valles office is a community-based programming that serves the Upper Arkansas River Valley and the San Luis Valley here in Southern Colorado. We emphasize technical skill learning, personal growth, and community building to challenge equity and access in the conservation field. So whether that's working on one of the peaks that are over 14,000 feet that call this valley home, or serving on one of our affinity crew spaces, such as our Leaders of Color model, a unique crew model for all BIPOC participants. We hopefully offer a space for everybody. So if that interests you, come check us out.
Thanks, Trevor. And we'll hear from our Stewards Individual Placement Program, our national program.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sierra Miller. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a program coordinator with Stewards Individual Placements Program. We are the largest program and also the only program that strictly runs individual placements, which means individuals will be placed in an internship based on their skills and passions. We have several programs, two of our largest being our Scientists in Parks program, which focuses on natural resource management. So these interns are placed within the national park system with the National Park Service. And intern focuses can range anywhere from being a biological assistant to a paleontologist. You can work with GIS or invasive species management. So it's a whole range of technical science work. And then our other large program focuses on people management, and that's our Community Volunteer Ambassadors program. So they work with parks to do volunteer management and community outreach. And then we also have some other smaller but really important programs like our Resource Assistance Program. Those interns work with the U.S. Forest Service. And then recently, which I will be working on, our Water Corps program is coming back, and that's placing tribal students in technical training related to water. So we're really excited to have that back, and hopefully it will stay and expand. So yeah, we're really excited to meet with everybody and learn how we can really reach individuals and help them get to their professional goals. So thank you so much for having us, and we look forward to meeting you all.
So thanks again for joining us. We're really looking forward to talking with you all about our programs. And first, what I would like to do before we enter our breakout rooms is introduce Trevor, who will introduce our alumni keynote speaker this evening. So I will pass it over to Trevor from Southwest Conservation Corps Los Valles office.
It is my great honor and pleasure to be introducing my friend and my former member, Bianca Martinez, who will be speaking today as for her experience with us at Southwest Conservation Corps Los Valles. So Bianca Martinez is a Los Valles alumna who served on the inaugural Leaders of Color crew back in 2021. Before which she's worked with Student Conservation Association, with the Northwestern Settlement in Chicago, Cook County Forest Reserves, and Hispanic Access Foundation. Bianca Martinez now works with the Greater Arkansas River Nature Association in Salida, Colorado, where she's become not only an integral part of the organization, but is also an important community partner for SCC Los Valles. I've had the pleasure of working alongside Bianca for the past couple of years, and she is here today to share her experience in serving with SCC. So without further ado, Bianca Martinez.
Hi, everybody. I hope you can all hear me well. My name is Bianca Isabella Martinez, and I'm currently based out of Salida, Colorado, and I've been here since the fall of 2020. So right around when the pandemic started to get really bad, I decided to move to a small town in the middle of nowhere. And I like to tell people that I stayed out of spite because there was a lot of work to be done here. I'm sure anybody living in a rural community could tell you. But I guess I'll start off talking about those small town networking and community relationships. Trevor and I are both from Chicago, born and raised, and we did not realize that the other lived here. But due to my experiences working as a resource assistant with the Forest Service, I met the Women's Plus saw crew when I was picking up lumber for a buck and rail project. And Trevor's partner found out that I'm an alumni of the Student Conservation Association that's based out of Chicago, and introduced both of us. And then Trevor approached me and told me that they were doing an inaugural Leaders of Color crew and working in affinity spaces within conservation, community outreach, and education. I decided it was a perfect opportunity. I was working a desk job in partnership with the U.S. Forest Service with a community-based youth engagement organization. And I decided to step away from that to participate with Southwest Conservation Corps, not only because I believed in Trevor's message, but I felt that I owed it to my community and to other queer, Indigenous, and people of color within the conservation world to sort of set those stones to allow people to further themselves in their career. So it started off because I met somebody offhand, and then we sort of connected and realized that our work aligned in a lot of ways than one. I guess the training and orientation process was a bit different than other conservation positions I've taken on because it did involve a lot of backcountry work. So a lot of skills that I already had recreationally, I developed more professionally, camping, hiking, filtering my water, how to pack my gear. These are things that I thought I knew how to do, being somebody who's always engaging in the outdoors, but the training that Southwest Conservation Corps gave me as a member really allowed me to take that further. And these are skills that I now, use to this day when I go out and recreate and introduce other people into outdoor recreation. I tend to balance myself between boots on the ground conservation and outreach work. So in 2021 is when I did SCC. And for the last 2 years, I've been more involved on the back end of things here at the organization that I currently work at. I do various projects from, community organizing to lead youth field trips, starting a mobile gear library for under-resourced youth, and multi-generational programming, both in English and Spanish. I teach kids who don't speak English and have lived in one of the largest fishing communities that sort of rely on fishing and tourism, how to fish for the very first time. I expose a lot of low-income families to the resources they can walk out and see but can't access due to a lot of inequality here in rural Colorado. And I'm super happy at this job. I have developed my professional career further. And I partner with public land agencies like the Bureau of Land Management, the Forest Service, Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and other national nonprofits like Hunters of Color, to sort of help run some of these programs in the rural Arkansas Valley. I think if I had to give anybody advice on their career, is figure out what works for you. I don't know how many people here can relate, but if you would have told like 14-year-old Bianca in like the grimy streets of Chicago that I would be a community leader and a pioneer for queer BIPOC people halfway across the country, I wouldn't have believed you. And it's really interesting now to tell a lot of the people that I grew up with what I do and tell them, you know, the hobbies I have, from fishing and hunting and hiking to some of the work that I do, to the grants that I write. It's motivating just to know that I made it work for myself. My timeline wasn't a traditional 4-year university timeline and then an internship and then an office job. There was a lot of struggle because I think of a lot of the intersections that I have, but now at the age of 30, I think those intersections are what make me valuable in my place of work, and guiding others to not only be in the position where I am, but to surpass me. Because I think ultimately within the conservation field, that's the goal. So yeah, I think that's what I have for you guys. And if anybody has any questions, I think we can get to them later.
Okay, so the groups are open. If that's not popping up on the front of your screen, you can go to the bottom of your screen, click more, and you'll see the option for breakout rooms, and you can select the program that you'd like to visit first. And I'll be here if anyone needs anything.